Hello everyone, I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, and Japanese out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and because we're in the Pacific Northwest, my school district decided to buy a license for Minecraft for education, which I'm super excited by. Now, I learned the hard way when I was teaching summer school that students that are not in my district cannot view any of the worlds that I have created. This is called a tenant, and I had no idea, so be careful when you set up your worlds. Make sure that your students all have access in your district, okay? So let me show you what I've done here. So I've got Chateau de Moulinsart that I've created, but I don't want to ruin it every single time and then have to recreate it. So the first thing I did when I had it beautiful and perfect, I copied it a million times, okay? So here's what period 3 is going to use, here's what period 6 is going to use, and here's the one that I made just for us to fool around in, okay? And here we are. Now at the moment, I have this set to, where's my settings? At the moment, I have it set to creative, okay? Because I'm going to get in a couple of rooms that I made as cooperative, and I'm not going to be able to get out of them unless I have somebody else with me, so I'm going to have to poke a hole through the roof. So right now it's set as creative, but normally when I play it with my students, I'm going to turn it on to adventure. That means they can't break any of the blocks, and they can't like just kind of bull in a china shop their way through the stuff that I did. So, computer very slow today. Resume game. All right, so here we are. And I think I did a pretty good job creating the castle, but I put some rules here that I'm going to show my students. And I always put my instructions in English because I learned the hard way my very first year teaching that some students will pretend like they understand, but they don't actually understand, and then they'll get frustrated. So instructions are always in English. This part the students can't get to yet. I put on both sides just in case they walk around. All right, so we're going to go into Chateau de Moulinsart, but I think I did a great job, if I do say so myself. This took a lot of work. Go through the door. All right, so you'll notice in this great hall here, I have designated each color of the rainbow as a different group, okay? So I'm going to have, let me come up to the rules so you can see what rules I gave, but I'll also have this on the Minecraft for Education website. Yes, my students know more than I do, so I'm sure they'll figure out things that I didn't predict they would. I'm sure they're going to, like, you can get off a minecart and walk down the track, but I kind of want them to be riding in the minecart. I'll show you that in a few moments, all right? So I don't want them to like cheat their way through the game. And of course, the whole point of this is to speak in French. If they don't speak in French, then all my hard work was completely useless, right? And, you know, your students are fountains of information, so they can help you build the next one if they don't like it. And I decided teams of 2 to 4 players. Really, ideally, I'd want 2 to 3, but I didn't want to go to the extra work of building a whole nother path. I've got classes with 31 students this year. Next year, I'm told I'm going to have classes with 36 students, so I may have to go back and build another path anyway. I don't know. But I was trying to make the workload easier on me. All right, and then, yes, you can do something with command blocks so that you can't get through the places until the teacher says go, but I don't understand command blocks, even though I've been playing Minecraft for a long time. I haven't played with command blocks, so I don't know. So, I don't know. Let's arbitrarily choose green. I guess we're in front of green. So the door will open, they come in, and the door locks behind them. They cannot get out that way, all right? I mark their color on the floor so they'd remember. I tried to mark their color over all the doors so they'd remember what color they are. And we're in a room with a lot of pictures, and if they've ever done an escape room, they know to start checking the chest. And it says, mettez le clé ici, put the key here. They'll open the chest, and I put some red herrings in there. There's nothing here, okay? And I hid the chest, I don't even remember. Oh, I did remember which one it was. I hid the chest right up here, so they'll have to find it. And in the chest, I just put a lever, okay? So they can take the lever. Look at my lovely inventory full of stuff because I was building. And I only have ever had one student who had never played Minecraft before. And one student who got motion sick and didn't want to play Minecraft. But everyone else, they should know that levers will open doors, okay? So that's fine. And then because we're working on this Tauntaun book, Captain Haddock has a picture that he shows Tauntaun that has family members. in it. So I thought, okay, these are like family riddles. The sister of my mother is it your aunt or your cousin? Okay, so they'll have to choose which one, and if they know anything at all about Minecraft, they know that they can secretly go through that door. Okay, so I put some signs here, and I hung the picture in front of the signs, and so they can walk through it. But this one doesn't have anything. This one I tried a different way to get through. So this one is the something of my father is my mother. Okay, so it's either going to be the daughter or the wife, and they can't get through this one. I'll show you that. Here, if they click, they're going to click into the minecart and then get out of the minecart, and you can see the minecart goes all the way through the wall. This one, I put a block, so there's no way the minecart could get through. All right, so that's like a warm-up. Here, in Minecraft for Education, you can put books, okay? So in the books, and I was able to make one book and then copy it into each room, which was really cool. This has a bunch of riddles into it, okay? And, tournez la page, okay? And it tells you where to put the, if they go upstairs. Here I ran out of room. I'll show you that in a second. So they have to go up the stairs and remember the riddle, and then they have to do the levers in a combination lock order. Let's see, I don't remember exactly what I did. That didn't work, so it can't be that one. I may have to just break down the door because I'll have to otherwise take all your time. And I don't want my students to see this anyway. Some of my students figured out that I have a channel. No, those two stay up. This one goes down. No, okay, I don't remember what it was. At any rate, let me bust down the door and I can fix it later. And then they come down the stairs, and then I've got a big library. Okay, the library is important. The stairs are important because Dupont fall down the stairs. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do the parkour? Because the students love to jump in Minecraft. So I've got a bunch of stairs they have to jump on. Now here, I put things in glass so that the students can see all the hard work I went to trying to make these redstone contraptions. But basically, I discovered that the redstone from down below was interacting with the redstone from up above. So I had to add extra space between the two rooms, which is why I was saying in my last video, one thing I would do is I would make the ceilings thicker. That's to keep the redstone from interacting with each other. Okay, so here they're going to be jumping around. They're going to be trying to get around. Eventually, here it says maybe you need your friend's help to open the door. They're going to eventually get over here and realize there's no lever, there's no key to the door. But if they get up here, let me go there. I'm creative, I can do it. You can see my ugly redstone. If they get up here and step on this pressure plate, the door underneath automatically opens. Okay, whoops, I'm bouncing on the, I just put that there for funsies. So this door will open, but that means they need two people to open the door. Okay? So I want them to work cooperatively and try to shout at each other en français and everything. I'm just going to bust down the door, obviously. On the other side of the door is a pressure plate that will hold the door open once the first person has gotten through, so that whoever's up here can get through. Okay, and then I've got a little library here. And I have a little thing that says turn on the fire, because they learned the word. I didn't mean to put that down. They learned the word fire, and I thought this was kind of fun. I have flint and steel right here. So this took a little while to figure out, but basically if you light this, it's going to open, you see right there, it opened the bookcase, so now they can click on that lever and get the secret passage. Okay, they come up here. Now there's no minecart race in Tauntaun, okay? But there are minecarts in Minecraft, and what's Minecraft without a roller coaster? Right? And I was thinking, you know, I'm going to show them the Steven Spielberg movie. There's a giant car chase scene there. So let's have some fun with this. So anyway, right here, I still have the minecarts going because I was practicing. I was checking them out. They're going to grab a minecart. They're going to grab some arrows and a bow. Okay, and I have the instructions here. They have to, this one is the green room, right? We chose green. The green has to shoot that, that button right there. Okay, I didn't want them shooting the red button, so I put some glass right here to block their shot. And I also don't want them, you know, yeah, they know full well that they can just walk across this and get down there and go press the button themselves. But I'm hoping that they'll enjoy the intent of the game and they'll actually want to ride the minecart. And I made a bunch of different crazy roller coasters. We'll wait for this to come back and then I'll jump into it. Or maybe I'll put a new minecart out. There we go. So I'm going along, and I would be, if I'd remembered to take the arrow, I'd shoot that at some point, and it comes over here, but I missed it, so I'm going to go around again, and I'm going to try to shoot it again. All right, so each track is slightly different. I'll get off so you can see. Each track is slightly different just because I was trying to weave them in and out of each other to make it more fun. And you can see all my ugly redstone because the redstone comes from the button all the way down to the door, and I can't tell you how much I fought with this because I made it more complicated than it had to be. But once they shoot the arrow, somebody has to be standing here next to the door. Here, I'll go here so you can see how it works. Oops, I tried to set that to fire. So you come through the door, and behind the door is a pressure plate so that whoever got through the door first can hold it open for anybody who's still in a minecart. Okay? So here, this was a lot of work to do, but I've got stuff hidden around here, and I wasn't able to do it the way I wanted to do it. I can't figure out how to do it right, but I've got these trapdoors hiding things, and one of the trapdoors is hiding a barrel, and in the barrel I have a piece of parchment, and I couldn't figure out how to make the painting cover the whole treasure chest without it not having any access to the treasure chest, so, you know, they'll figure it out. This is my first pass, you know. Another treasure chest there with some red herrings. Okay, I tried to hide a treasure chest under the bed, but the students wouldn't be able to click on it. They could see it, but they wouldn't be able to click on it. So this took a lot of practice and everything. But anyway, oops, let me go up so you can see what I did here. I did a hopper dropper thing. So what I did was I named this le parchement. I named the paper le parchement. The students have to get all 3 parchments, because that's important in the plot. They might just get one and not understand why it doesn't open, but they need all 3 to get through this door here, and that will automatically open. And I can't tell you how long it took me to put a button right here, because they need a button for this to work, and I couldn't figure out why a button needs to be there for it to work, and my son was like, oh, you gotta crouch to get on, and okay, but there's so much. I'm just not good at Minecraft, but I'm hoping my students have fun. So anyway, the door's gonna automatically open, and then they can get through. And then the last part of Tauntaun was a giant chase through a forested area. So I tried to block their view as much as possible, but they can see that it is a maze. Okay, so they're gonna go down. Let me get out of creative for a second. They go down. Oh, I'm still in the green path, that's good, okay. And then here I have a bunch of, I decided they all need to work on their numbers, even in French 3, right? So they're gonna do some math problems, and if the answer is this, they're gonna go this way, and if the answer is that, they're gonna go straight, and this was the wrong answer, which is why I gave a silly thing here. All right, so then they're gonna go through the maze, and they have to always make a choice. And yes, they could just run through the maze as fast as possible, but I'm hoping that they'll appreciate the intent of what we did. Okay, so that's a dead end over there, and I want them to eventually come to here, and they come to here, and there's a part where Milou, the dog, jumps into the river, and I'm hoping that they'll figure out they have to jump in. That takes them to a secret tunnel. And this was another problem I had. I built this on a super flat world. I didn't realize that the default for super flat is it's only like 5 blocks down. I would have adjusted that had I thought about it. So that's for the next one, okay? And then they'll just keep running around until they find the exit. And hopefully everyone will be running around at the same time, and it'll be super fun. And I put a sign here. And then because I realized, oh dang, this is bedrock right here. I'm at the bottom of the world, and I don't want anyone to fall through the world. I brought them up. This was my middle section between the 2 areas. And then I brought them down. And then they hurry, Tauntaun, it says. And then they're almost there. It's a long, this was a big escape room. But hopefully you can take my escape room and make it prettier yourself, and you don't have to do as much work. So why reinvent the wheel? We all have to look out for each other, right? So then it takes them here, and they can't get out of here because this is just too high to jump out of. But they'll come over here to their fireworks, and they can start setting off their fireworks. Hooray, I'm the green, I won. And they'll set off green fireworks, yeah. So my hope My hope, of course, is to keep them in French. But we'll see how that goes. So again, check Minecraft for Education for this, and you are free to destroy it. You are free to use what you like. You're free to fix up my redstone, whatever you like. But I feel like, we have such precious time already. Why should we all spend, so much time reinventing the wheel? Go ahead and use my stuff. I'll have instructions there too, linking to this video. In my next video, I will show you my students' reaction. And who knows, they might do it in 5 minutes. They might be super bored. They might think it's wonderful. They might think it's awful. My redstone might not work. I don't know what's going to happen. So it'll be exciting either way. Thank you for joining me with my experiments.